Hey guys, this is Spencer with Fat Fender Garage. I'm standing next to a beautiful 1978 Ford F250 truck. At the time that this video releases, this truck will have debuted at the Toyo booth in SEMA 2024. Welcome back to this upcoming episode of the Revival series. We're happy to have you and happy to show you another beautiful truck. This truck was a build that was commissioned by Harrison Woodruff and Avery. Great couple, they've been fantastic to work with. They're no stranger to SEMA builds, they're no stranger to high-level vehicles. They've done a lot of projects, a lot of builds, they've done a lot of great things in the industry. However, this is their first time in this neck of the woods doing a old school classic Ford truck build. So the build itself was commissioned by Dan Maxwell. He's a local guy, he's a great friend of ours. He's got a shop here in Phoenix, Arizona, and he turns out a lot of builds. He does a great job, and he's really helped the community get a lot more of these Fords out on the road. They took Dan Maxwell the truck. Believe it or not, they actually have not seen the truck since the build was originally commissioned. So they dropped this off to Dan about 4 weeks ago and he got started on it. He took the chassis, stripped it, he put aftermarket suspension on there, new 4x4 suspension. He powder coated the frame, put a new big block motor. They went old school big block. It's cool, it's loud, it's mean. A lot of very cool things about this build, and he's helped refresh it. So funny enough, this truck was actually orange originally. It was just sun faded. He helped cut buff it, and it's now been this red color. So the purpose of it was to pay homage for Avery's time in Arizona. So this is actually going to be Avery's truck specifically. She is originally from up north Canada area, up where it's green and it's beautiful. And so for the last decade, she's been here in Arizona. This truck is an Arizona native itself. It spent its entire life in Arizona, primarily on the Indian reservation. I believe they are the second, maybe third owners of the truck. But what better way to pay homage to Avery's time in Arizona than find an all-original Arizona truck and do, just a nice little refresh on it. Nothing crazy, nothing super aftermarket or custom. Just a beautiful truck that kind of gives you the vibe that it was on a farm, that it's farm driven. Maybe it pulled trailers with horses, but Dan Maxwell did a great job. Everything that he's done just looks fantastic. When they brought it to us, they wanted to commission a full interior for it. So if you want to come with me this way, I'll get to show you what we were able to do for this couple. So in here we have our beautiful interior. These are actually kits that we sell on our website. So all of these components that you're looking at are available for sale. You can go to our website and purchase them, or you can give us a call and we'll help you price out your own kit. But even though there's a beautiful custom feel to this interior, actually all of this stuff has been pretty standardized by us. So it's something we've gotten in a good flow of. We produce probably a good 1 or 2 of these kits every single week. So even though it's beautiful, it's custom, it looks fantastic, it's very, very in the norm for us to do. And if it was something you wanted to do an install similar to this, it's not gonna be something where you're gonna have to build an interior from scratch. We can build all these panels, build the bench seat, the seat brackets, and then ship it all to you in a crate package so you can do the install yourself. Or like Harrison and Avery, just come bring us the truck in person, then we'll do the install for you. And because it's all plug and play, there's not a whole lot of custom work involved, so somewhat affordable price point. If you're looking for a nice refresh for your truck, you're gonna be into it without spending $1 million or having your truck kept at what Jason likes to call upholstery prisons. Let me break down the interior for you. Like I said, this is an Arizona native truck, and so all the influences were drawn from Arizona to try to pay homage to its history as best we can. We have this beautiful Apex leather. This specific colorway is their wilderness color. Beautiful Italian distressed leather. Similar to like a basketball style leather. And so they wanted to feel nice, comfortable, but feel rugged. They didn't want it to be an interior that you were afraid to sit in because you didn't want to get anything dirty. They're gonna have a lot of fun, they're gonna do a lot of wear and tear, and there's actually a lot of design influences that we incorporated specifically with them driving it in mind. We didn't want to build an interior that's just gonna sit pretty. This will be a truck that they're gonna drive all the time. They're gonna take it down dirt roads, they're gonna have a lot of fun with it, they're gonna take it camping. There's a beautiful denim stitching that we used, and that was to match the Pendleton fabric that we used. So this was provided by Harrison and Avery. Just like they did, if you were to build an interior kit, you can also send us material that we can incorporate. So they were able to snag from Pendleton Blanket Company. Pendleton, if you know them, they do great work, beautiful patterns, it's very high quality. So they went with Pendleton because this truck spent the majority of its life on the Indian reservation. And so they actually were pretty close with the owner, the original owner of the truck, and they wanted to pay homage to its Native American history and just its Arizona history in general. So there's a lot of thought and attention to detail that went into the interior just to make sure that it perfectly encapsulates the history of the truck, if you will. This is their Grand Canyon fabric pattern. The truck originally used to be orange, and we didn't know what color it was going to be when it was all cut, buffed, polished, just because it's been weather worn for so many years out in the sun. So when we commissioned the interior, we had no idea if we were getting an orange truck or if we were getting a red truck. So we tried to build an interior that we knew was going to look good for either. Then you also have your Apex Ultra square weave carpet. It's very thick, durable carpet, but it's very comfortable too. But for example, if they're ever out camping and they want to kick on the door, we put carpet in the bottom insert so that the wear and tear they're normally going to have, they're able to deal with just fine. And the other cool thing that we did is we actually put a burl walnut wood insert on these door panels here. Reason we did that was to mirror the original burl wood walnut. So believe it or not, this burl walnut was an option that Ford had back in the 70s for their high-level Ranger XLT packages, which that's what this is this is an F250 Ranger XLT. So a more luxury package. So because of that, the trim around the gauges has that burl walnut. And what's not pictured in this video, but will be at the time the truck debuts, is the original glove box also has the original burl walnut on it as well. So we were able to match that walnut on the door panels, and so it kind of ties things in really nicely. But we cut the wood here in-house and then we stained it to match that same color. So a little bit more strenuous of a process than you'd think just looking at it surface level, but just having some little highlights to match the originality of the truck has done great things for us so far. Let's break down the individual components of this interior. So for starters, we have a beautiful Snowden bench seat. We get these as seat frames with foam. Chris Snowden, he does fantastic work. He builds a very high quality bench seat. So this is a 60-inch wide bench seat. We got it in from Snowden and it was just foam and the seat bracket or the seat frame itself. What we did is we refoamed it. We put center and outside bolsters. These bolsters are there so that you still get the comfort of the bench seat, still fills the cab, and it doesn't stick you in a situation where you have to create a center console. Bolsters kind of give it more of like a bucket seat or like a sporty feel. So they're having a lot of fun in this truck and sliding around. They're going to be kept inside that bench seat nice. They're not going to slide around on it. So here in-house, we do the foam work on it, do the bolsters, and then we'll leather wrap it and basically bring it to life. Shout out to Chris Snowden. He makes a great product, and it's a fantastic baseline for us to get started with. We also have custom seat brackets that we make here in-house. These brackets are designed to mount the seat to the floorboard of the truck without really having to drill any more holes into the cab. So it's worked out great for us, fills the width of the cab perfectly. You're not going to be too crammed in there, but you're also not going to have too big of a gap from the edge of your bench seat to your doors. So I have to shout out our upholstery team. Wally and Andre do fantastic work. Their foam work is fantastic. These are great to sit in. They're not springed, they're just fully foamed. So you get more of a plushy feel as opposed to something where your butt's going to bounce up and down on it. So really, really happy with the quality of the bench seat. The only labeling we actually do on our bench seats is just going to be our little logo here. These are our in-house seatbelt retractor covers. These are replacements for the factory, and we have leather wrapped these in the Infinity Wilderness Apex leather as well. Then you're going to have your headliner. We also got new headliner trim from Dennis Carpenter. Beautiful headliner. We cut this in-house as well. Leather wrap it here. We'll install it, do the new headliner trim around to hold it in place. And then you have our Fat Fender Garage sun visors. One of my favorite parts on the interior is they are designed to show the Grand Canyon fabric when you flip them down, but obviously when they're flipped up, they're just gonna match the brown of the interior. So you're gonna have a beautiful dash pad here, very thick and sturdy. They'll be able to kick their feet up on this and it'll take a lot of wear and tear. Same thing applies, your Wilderness leather with your denim colored stitching to complement it. If you look at the door panels, those are our Fat Fender Garage door panels. Very, very sturdy. The biggest difference, in my opinion, from the factory door panels to ours, it's nothing cheapy plastic. It's cut, it's very, very high quality. And they're custom made armrests, so you could pull on these things hard, and I'll give you a visual later on. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful door panels, and they're a big improvement from the factory stuff that's in there. And then lastly, you're gonna have our kick panels. You might be able to get a better view of it from the one closest to you. But we have our Fat Fender Garage kick panels. Same thing applies there. We put carpet in the bottom section just in case they're kicking it or they put their feet down there. They don't have to worry about putting too much wear and tear on the leather itself as opposed to the sturdy carpet. We also have floor mats as well. Nice rubber section here where they can put their feet, but otherwise it's sturdy Apex Ultra square weave carpet. It's very durable, it's very nice. The other thing that we did for them here is we did the wiring for the speaker system. They're actually gonna bring this truck back to us after SEMA is over, and we're gonna do a full sound system in this truck. So with that, we're gonna do 6.5-inch coaxial door speakers from Focal. We're gonna do a 8-inch subwoofer and an amp in a custom speaker box that's gonna fit underneath the bench seat. So we've already ran wires underneath the carpet, so when they come back, we're just gonna have to pull the bench seat out, put the sub box in there, put the speakers in there, and we're good to go. They also have supplied, it hasn't been installed yet, but should be at the time that this video debuts, They've installed a classic instruments, classic looking radio. So they'll have like a deck in here that's designed to look old school, but will have all the Bluetooth functions, everything like that. Most guys that do interiors with us, they'll set that up and do that all in the first chance, but we're on a tight timeline here. Our guys actually did this full interior in about 48 hours. We initially did the teardown on the truck. We took out the original bench seat. It's ugly, it's gross. We yanked that out of there, stripped it down to where it was just a bare cab inside. Then we started, of course, with our sound shield membrane. We use this on all of our truck builds here in-house. It's designed to both keep the heated and cooled in. It also works as a sound deadening membrane, so it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. They have aftermarket AC in this truck and heat, so whether they're driving it in the winter, they want to stay warm, or driving it in the summer, they want to stay cool. The membrane's going to keep all of the heat or cool inside the truck and not let it slip through those gaps. That other thing it does is it's going to take away the rattle of the truck when they're driving. So that's really the biggest step we found from jumping from the feel of old school to new school, is just going to sound deadening. Sound deadening makes a big difference. It allows them to avoid the sounds of a 50-year-old truck. So they'll be able to drive in peace and quiet, and they'll only be able to hear their awesome sound system and, you know, the occasional whirl of the AC inside. So Sound Shield sponsored the membrane in this truck. We're super grateful for them. They make a fantastic product. You can go buy Sound Shield on our website. They sponsored one free massive roll, is what they call it, is their massive roll. So you'll see the install, but one massive roll of Sound Shield will cover the entire cab of your truck. If you're looking for that, go to our website, look up Sound Shield. Shout out Sound Shield, we're super grateful for you. Same applies to Apex Leather. Apex did us a lot of favors. Not only did they help sponsor the leather, they got it here right on time. They expedited shipping for us. They knew we were on a crunch. Jen has been our point of contact. She's been amazing to work with. If you're looking for leather, whether it be for an automotive interior, whether you want to do throw pillows, anything, whatever your leather needs are, Apex has you covered, and we'll stand behind them every single time. They do fantastic work for us. So what's not featured, but we'll probably include, is we also have an FFG dome light that we'll look to install. It's not in there right now, but you can see how bare and ugly it is without it. Dan Maxwell is about to get the truck back. He'll install the dome light before this thing ships out to Vegas here in the next couple of days. So when I'm sitting in this interior, your bolsters are really going to cup your butt, so it's not going to allow you to slide around too much. It really gives you more of a bucket seat feel, but you're going to have all of the luxuries of having a bench seat. You can put things here. We'll have people put cup holders down here attached to the bench seat. We'll have people do a little center console up here where they can have some storage and some cup holders. So it's totally up to you. We also have an option coming out soon for flip down. When it comes to an interior like this, even though this is all very custom, it's very high level, we built it in a way where you're not going to spend a fortune or have your truck stuck in upholstery prison for 6 months to get a product like this. Our guys are super fast, they're very efficient. It typically takes about 4 to 6 weeks start to finish from the time that you start the conversation with us to interiors ready to go. Either we'll do the install or ship it out to you in a crate. Most of that time is just waiting for material. You will work on your kit, work with one of our sales reps. They'll help price out your options, and then once we've decided colorways, we'll order your leather, order your material. Like Harrison and Avery, if you have any particular pattern or anything you'd like to include, you can send that to us and we'll incorporate it, just as a way to get the best look that you want out of the interior. So I believe that we have 5 trucks at SEMA that will have our full interior in them. So like I said, even though it's very custom, very tailored to your vision and what you want to get out of it, it's a very standardized product. It's quick for us to build, it's not too expensive, it's not going to break your bank. So it's been a huge help for us here in the industry, and it's really helped speed these upholstery jobs along. If you reach out and we don't have the kit you're looking for, we'll still totally do your interior kit. You just need to work with us. You'll probably have to bring us the truck, and we would just do the install here in-house. At the current point of this video, we have 53 to 56 kits available for F100s, 67, 72, and obviously 73, 79. With 57 to 60 coming soon, 61 to 66 coming soon, and then shortly after we'll also have Chevy C10s kits available. We'll probably start with 67, 72 C10 kits. If you have a kit that we don't make right now but you'd like us to, put in the comments below. We're always looking for suggestions, and we want to know what you guys at home are looking for. So don't hesitate, put your truck in the comments below, and we'd love to hear your feedback on what you like out of the kits. If there's anything in these kits that we've missed that you want us to include, drop a comment below. Just make sure to give us your feedback, because that's kind of how we built ourselves to this point, is off the feedback of our customers. So if we don't have your interior, comment below and we'll get to work on it for you right away. Factory door panels are very flimsy. These are nice CNC cut. I could pull on this armrest all day and it's gonna feel great. I can rest my arm on it all day, fits my arm well. I mean, I could close that all day long and it's gonna do great. So opposed to the factory stuff, we definitely do not use factory panels and rewrap them. We start from scratch. Your kick panels, your door panels, your dash pad, your sun visors are all built from scratch with the objective of being durable, being sturdy. No hate, but originally when Ford made this stuff 50 years ago, it's just a bit outdated. When they made it originally, they just didn't have the technology available that we do, so there wasn't as many options available. We've basically taken the outline that Ford's given us and we found a way to improve it, and we're really, really happy with the results. So if you want, I can fire it so you can hear it run. It's an old big block motor. We'll put in the video description, or we'll put what that looks like. I just don't remember off the top of my head. I think that's Dan here ready to pick up the truck. So if you'll come with me, I'm actually going to drive this outside right now. We'll load it up on the trailer, and we'll see you at SEMA 2024. So check this out. Like I was saying earlier, this was the original color of the truck. I'll put it in the sunlight. So it was like a sunburnt orange. So if you look at it now that it's been cut, buffed, polished, Dan did a great job, brought it back to its original red color. Put it in the sunlight so you can see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, much different.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah, it literally changed colors completely. All right, guys, well, that's all I have for you. Thanks again for joining us on this episode of the Revival Series. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors that made this possible. Thank you to Apex Leather. Thank you to Sound Shield. Thank you to everyone that we've worked with, Chris Snowden with the bench seats. They've helped us produce a really fantastic product, and we're really grateful to help people out. But most importantly, thank you to Harrison Woodruff and Avery Sly. We really are grateful that you guys gave us the opportunity to help bring your truck back to life with the interior. And thank you to Dan Maxwell for helping put this together. Like I said, he does great work. He builds a lot of trucks. If you're looking to do something simple and clean like this, he's definitely your guy to look into for something like this. And if you want to go more on the high-level custom side, we have you for all those needs as well. So they're going to be bringing this truck back to us after SEMA for a sound system and potentially for a Coyote swap. So stay tuned. This might not be the last time we see this truck, but regardless, thanks for joining us. We're glad to have you. We're about to load this on the trailer right now, and we'll see you in SEMA.